started broadcast. Right, the mic isn't muted. Good. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Premier Sim Gaming League. Tonight we're here for round 7 of the F9 season, and we're over in South America, I think. No, North America, sorry, for the Canadian Grand Prix. And I have Little Blocks, once again joined by, you guys introduce yourself.
SETI3XER, or more easily known as Andre, or SETI3.
That's good.
And South America, really?
Yeah, I thought I should just leave that. Again, my computer froze. I need to edit the title, man. Disastrous. Trying to edit the title, and it froze.
I'll forgive you. Nonetheless, though, Canada today. Penalties.
In the North America.
Indeed.
In the Canadian Grand Prix. Yeah, as you did say, penalty central, and I'm not expecting anyone to really finish without any penalties here, just because how harsh the warnings are, and how easy it is to just pick one up through those fast chicanes throughout the 35 laps of this race.
I do gotta agree with that. It is usually a race that is often decided by penalties, and there's just like every chicane on this track is a high risk of taking a penalty, or warning at least. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
Alright. It looks alright. We've loaded into quali, and it is very, very dry, very good amount of sunlight. So there's going to be no chance of rain in this quali, I think, unless it takes a drastic turn and goes from bright blue clear skies to dark heavy rain. But yeah, I think it's a 2-stop strategy around here. The soft, the medium strategy I think is the optimal one to go for. 1 stop, it can gain you track position, but that track position you get is for about 5 laps, because once you're on fresh rubber, you're about a second and a half of that faster than someone who's on old rubber around this track.
Well, in my experience, the 2-stop is definitely the way to go. Either soft, medium, soft, or soft, medium, medium. The 1-stop that's really just an alternative if you feel like you just like can't push and do the aggressive strategy without accumulating too many penalties. Then like going the 1-stop, being a little more conservative, could be an option, but it is a bad option. It's not a good option. So expecting 2 stops.
Yeah, I think if anyone does have any time penalties carried over from the last race, to be honest, I think this is the best track you could possibly have in if you're going to not getting any penalties, because a lot of people around you will be getting penalties, I think. So there's a good chance any penalty you have carrying over could effectively just be completely wiped out because of people constantly shafting around you.
Indeed. And looking out on track, I believe Sam T should be the first driver on a lap today.
Kolesnik is coming up into the wall of champions. Do you want to take him on a lap whilst I try to sort out this title with my computer? It's just getting annoying now.
I will, who you said? Kolesnik, alright there. So, into turn 1, trying to take a lot of that curb before you head through turn 2. Difficult traction zone, then in towards this chicane of turn 3 and 4 before you get through this section into another chicane, another crucial place to take a lot of the inside curb before you go on to this DRS straight, where we get into, you guessed it, another chicane. And once again, a chicane you can cut quite a lot on, but you gotta be careful on the exit as you can easily tap the wall there and lose some of your wing. Then down into the hairpin and onto the main overtaking spot. I believe we will see today. Down the long DRS straight into the Wall of Champions chicane, and we usually get 1 or 2 victims there. As you can see, taking a lot of the curb in the first part of it to then get a good run over the line. As Kolesnik's set a lap of 108.7.
Seems like a decent bank. What's the next one on lap Sam T? I'm just finishing getting everything.
Ooh. A little bit into the wall there, I think, but it's a 108.8, so not far off.
Yeah,
and I believe Langfield should be the next one over the line, as he's on mediums actually, and 109.8, so not a bad lap on the mediums there. But interesting to see the strategy choice there.
Yeah, I do agree. I would have thought if you're in Langfeld's case, you would have wanted to keep mediums fresh for the race, because you'd have 2 if you're going for the 2 slot. The 2 makes it a racing point 1-2 at the moment. Or never mind, Moret, look how close that is at the front.
Not for long.
Millisecond off pole position. B-Boy Worm, in fact, 8.6. Goes on pole by a 1/10 of a second. Impressive lap from him. Didn't think he had that sort of pace. But the championship lead, I believe, is back on track formula. Coming out of sector 1 now, on the run to sector 2, hugging at the inside line there, and then opening up the corner, in fact tagging the wall on the entrance there. Would have ruined his run a bit through that chicane, but it still looked neat from him. It's not a purple middle sector, and in fact he has backed off, so I wonder if he's picked up a bit of damage from hitting that wall on the right hand side there, or left hand side in fact, on the entrance to that chicane. Who's next? Davidek's next.
CBA Davidek, yeah.
Let's have a look at the Alfa Romeo driver now. He's looking a bit squirmy at turn 1 through the chicane. Confidence in there, and in fact he brushes the wall, but I wonder if that's going to be the front wing damage. He says it's a purple sector 1, which then instantly gets beaten by Patuka, who's gone for another run and has gone fastest. Good lap for Patuka, 8.5. 2.5 tenths quicker than his teammate, just over a 10.5 quicker than the man in second place of the way 1. Oh my god, Keith. I've just seen Keith go straight off at the hairpin. Where's he going?
That's a good question right there.
Oh man, I thought he was going to plough into the barrier for a minute, but what am I looking for now? I'm looking for
Davidek, who's heading for the Wall of Champions chicane. Not looking too bad out of there. Little shaky. And 108.2. And gotta say, like, he looked shaky at the beginning of his lap, but went quick though.
Yeah, I think there's another 2 tenths minimum in that 3 sector 1 alone, because out of turn 3 he was struggling for traction, and to see the chicane he's going through now, he in fact brushed the barrier. So following up from his impressive win last week, currently on provisional pole, and has got a lot more time to find. He is in a very good bit of form at the moment, is Davidek, and he'll be looking to continue that, to try drag himself up to the championship. I do believe he joined a bit late into the season, so whether he can go for a championship charge, I'm not too sure, but certainly looks like he has the pace. Certainly looks like he has the pace to be involved in one if he was there for the whole season. You see the notifications on the Twitter from the PSGL page, I believe. That it is.
And you're right, Lickle. He joined well, I'm not completely sure when he joined, but his first race was in Sandford, so that is 2 races ago. He has a 3rd place and a win since then, but he is about 32 points off Trap Formula in the lead though, so it's going to be difficult for him to make a late charge, but not impossible.
How many rounds left? 3 after this? So.
3 after this, yeah. Japan, Baku and Brazil.
Yeah, so it's not completely, like, impossible, but there's still a mathematical chance he can. But talking about his championship, we're not going to really, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to go on board with the actual championship leader. Show this man the respect he deserves. Trap Formula leading the way. Let's go on board with him for a quality lap around Montreal. He comes into his first chicane. They're very nice compared to Davidek. Look well on it. Now, in the sector 1 he is purple as expected. Good stuff. I wonder if that's purple to the cars ahead of him, or if it's actually fastest of all though, because the purple, the way they determine who's fastest and give purple, is usually wrong in this game. So
indeed it is. However, his lap is looking decent so far as he's heading down to the hairpin there.
oh,
Do believe I saw it handing out a purple sector 2 there for him as well.
Yeah, it was purple.
A few cars up ahead, but if I remember correctly, there isn't allowed with slipstreaming here, is it? So he can't really use that.
Yep, no slipstream is allowed. Nice from Chat Formula. I'm not sure if he brushed the barrier there. That looked well clear. Colsnick goes second. Chat Formula smashes it. 108 dead. What a lap from Chat Formula. The championship leader has took it personally for anyone that could potentially be coming at his tail. Someone almost hit him there. Who was that? Colsnick, I think it was. Getting out of the way, almost hit him. Is anyone on a lap?
Oh, I can tell you though, the challengers are coming on their lap right now. Patuka is 2/10 up after the first sector, so he's on a charge towards that time right now. He's got to find more though, but he's looking good through that. I believe that is the third chicane in total. 1.5 tenths up going into the hairpin, so he's actually lost a little.
Ooh, nice that. Morat gets himself up to P5, about half a second off the pace. They probably had 2 attempts there, but I believe Patuka was on a lap, did you say?
Patuka is on a lap and he's heading into the wall of champion chicane now. Looking a little bit cautious through there, but let's see then. It's going to be a 108.2, so it is right behind Davidek.
Yeah, I think there's a lot more time in that. My God, Davidek's 3 tenths up through sector 1 alone. he's on a flyer at the moment. We got to stay on board with this lap, and he's lost a lot through the middle sector though. I'm just going to double check to see if that was correct. But yeah, he was 3 tenths up through sector 1 and lost a tenth and a half through sector 2. So if he can nail a whole lap together, this could be a monstrous effort.
Nonetheless, though, still 1.5 tenths up on his lap, heading into this Wall of Champions chicane, and there could be time to get there.
Valid, I think. That's 7-8 as well. Look at that, another 3 tenths or 2.5 tenths improvement in the final. He lost a tenth and a half on that lap as well. He is in source to, if he nails it, to set a worldie of a lap. It's going to smash the field.
Got a feel for Jay Cardi, another attempt, another invalid one.
Oh, not good, not good. Not what you want, getting penalty after penalty around here, or invalid after invalid, because it's not going to set you up for the race. The confidence levels for the Mercedes driver, if we're going to continue to get invalids, it's going to be at an all-time low, which is not what you want. So I'm just going to have a little look into the stream chat. I don't think anyone is on a lap.
Key is, but I'll catch him on it, as we can see that he's heading down towards the hairpin now. I'm not completely sure if he's up right now, but we'll see in a moment. Well, if he's up, it is his first valid one, if he can finish it. But nonetheless, didn't look too badly through the second sector there. Now DRS open and down towards the Wall of Champions chicane, where it's crucial to hit the entry on that. And as we can see, that is valid. Looks like he managed to take a good amount of curve, and it's going to be a 108.1.
Wow, good lap. I've got a question here. Is Lewis Hamilton in this? Not, unfortunately not. He's in real life, everyone. This is the game. I won't spoil any results for you. Another question, is Jarno Opmeer in this? Not quite. Jarno Opmeer is in the F1 tier of PC. This is at PSGL F9 on the PlayStation, so quite close, but not close enough for him, I think.
This is really where the real goats are, you know, Lico.
Yeah, I do agree. As I've just seen Gibbet getting valid, just as you said that. Who else is there? Is anyone actually on that? The viewers are looking decent, to be fair. 15 people.
Cardi seems like he's going for a second try on those tire season now. He's coming up to the line, and it's a 108.9. At least it's a lap in his case.
Yeah.
And Trap is on a lap again.
We'll see what Trap Formula can do. Trap is just a bit up. He's bringing it back to Davidek now. He don't want people coming near his throne. He thinks this title is going to be his. He don't want anybody threatening that. Let's see what he can do with this quality lap as he comes into the chicane. Fourth gear, a lot more aggressive over at this lap. got to go for it if he wants to get pole, because Davidek looks very quick with the potential he could have. And Chat Formula is 2 tenths up, so he's bringing his A game back in quali here. A bit of a lock up into the hairpin, whether he's lost himself a bit of time, I'm not too sure, but gets a good run onto the straight. He's going to be opening his DRS now for about a 300 meter sprint. No, a lot longer than that, sorry. Down to the World of Champions. Bit deep, but he's going to lose a lot of time there, squirming. Bit too deep, he's cost himself a lot of time, but he still improves by... so there's still a lot of time for a lot of people in these laps.
Oh, unlucky Huberto Mancini, he invalids in the final corner.
Oh, that's unlucky. I'm going to watch, I think, Lessie in the Red Bull Honda engine. Well, it is equal cars, of course. The Honda engine in real life is starting to thrive a bit at his peak potential. He is turning a bit tense up, is Lessie, as he comes into the hairpin. 4th gear into the hairpin. That's something I've never seen before.
That's a strange one, I gotta admit that. I mean, if it works for him, it works for him.
Yeah, very, very different on the gears, I must say, but as you said, whatever works is whatever works. Through the chicane, he comes open to DRS. Shortest run up to the line. It's going to be an 8.2, and in fact goes P5, so not bad effort at all from him. I think I can't change person. I'm stuck on J Carty. Okay, never mind. There we go.
Yeah, I've experienced that before as well. I've resorted to the R2 and L2 buttons to change, as that just seems way more reliable.
Yeah, Raukio did join the session, in fact. Was a bit late. Luckily, you can take control of your car in quali now, which is a big dub for everyone. Davidek is on a lap, and he's already invalidated it, so it'll be a slow one for him.
Well, he should have time to get around if he has the fuel to get it done still.
I'm just looking for Bowers' areas. Bowers has backed off. Bowers seems like he's having a horrid session. 1.6 off on the soft. Maybe it's a track that's not good for him. Struggling to get a decent lap, and maybe if that's due to track limits or just struggling with the pace, I don't know. Pat's saying they've already beaten my PB, and for an F3 driver that is pretty demoralising.
That is a little demoralising, and here comes Patuca, so you never know, maybe we'll see somebody beat it again then. As Patuca is going through this first sector, half a tenth up, but an 18.9. I do believe that is decent compared to the people ahead of him. So we can now see him heading down.
Except the one.
Alright. Now maybe a little cautious through that chicane, but can still be up for an improvement. 1/10 at the moment. Through the hairpin and on to the long straight. And this is really where you can see the downforce differences. Sometimes, like you can see some people just running completely opposite wings. Patuca through the last corner and over the line. It is going to be a 107, 108.2, and he lost a little at the end there.
Yep, Davidek is up. We got Pat asking who's second comms. It's not Rafa, it's Sondre or Zex or ZE3, whatever you want to call him. Let's watch Davidek anyway. Davidek's 3 and a bit tense up. His sector one I don't think was a PB compared to his others. No, he's about a tenth down in his PB in sector one, whether that's due to the worn tyres he's had to do an extra lap on, I don't know, but he is still up. But ball is currently in Track Formula's court. Can he come and steal it, Davidek? He comes into the World Champions chicane. It looked decent. It looked very good. Up to the line. The ball's in Track Formula's court. He's gone and taken it, Davidek. For 107.6. He has completely nabbed it. And Track Formula now has to come out of his shell and try and get that ball back.
I think that is going to be difficult. Kolsny getting up to the line, he's invalidated.
Oh, where is Track Formula? I would say watch Keys, but I'm really interested in this battle for first. Track Formula, I think I'm going to have to watch throughout the lap. He's got traffic ahead of him, Davidek's car. Maybe that's put him off through the chicane a bit. David's car pulling off up ahead, track formula. He's down. That might have screwed him a little. That David's car pulling off there. We'll see. Anyway, there's a lot of time still in track formulas. That whether he can find about 3 more tenths in the lap is going to be a very difficult question. He's gone invalidating it into the barrier. He goes. Gunter Steiner is fuming at the moment, seeing his car in the wall like that.
He's getting towards. Never mind. Invalidated.
Oh, it would have been 8. It wouldn't have got him anywhere, but Kolesnik has got invalid. B-Boy worm into the final chicane. Oh, too much speed into there. Everyone's invalidating the last runs. More rate invalid.
Jake Hardy.
He's valid so far.
So far, but a lot of drivers have been.
Oh.
Blankville invalid.
That's a really anticlimactic end to what could have been a thrilling session there. I thought we were going to see a really nail-biting end, but then invalid central. That's what Canada brings to you people. Invalid left, right and centre. Blame Codemasters for their dodgy track limits. We could have had a thriller of an end to the qualifying there. But yeah, I'm not sure if Kolesnik's coming with front wing damage into that Racing Point garage there. I'll just have a look back on the streams. I have got it on, and yeah, he's missing both end plates. He smashed that front wing off, so he won't be wanting to do that in the race. What are we waiting for? Kolesnik to in fact retire.
Yeah. Davidek though, what a lap in the end. 107.6. I don't think I would have beaten that myself, to be honest.
I think it would have been hard for me to beat it myself. That depends if I was using my line and my wheel. If I was using the line and the wheel, I might have beaten it, but without the line, I don't think I would have got pole here, but do you want to take us through the grid?
I will CPI Davidek with pole with 107.665 with Trap Formula in second, 2 tenths behind, then Keys F1 in third, before we have the Finn Petuka in fourth in his Racing Point, then Headshot Leslie in fifth, Kolesnik in sixth, Mr. B-Boy Worm in seventh, Jibuk in eighth, Sam T with a disappointing ninth, I dare to say, Marut in 10th, then outside of the top 10, URL Hyper in 11th, Jake Carty in 12th, Bowers in 13th, Langfield in 14th, Huberto Mancini in 15th, and TRT Ralkio with 16th. And he did manage to get himself into the session, but Ralkio didn't get to do much though.
Yeah, I do agree. One lap attempt, really. It was a one-shot qualifier for him where everyone else had the short qualifier. But that's what unfortunately happens if you can't get it for the 7 o'clock time, which is unfortunate because this must be one of the hardest tracks to get a proper lap in around without getting invalid. So it's unlucky for the AlphaTauri driver. Another race where he's got to do a comeback drive. We've seen last week in France he had to do one. He got second, I think, or third. Not sure if he got an after-race penalty. And in Zandvoort, he started down the back, and he got a good result there as well. So Ralkio's currently like the old Cliffy, if you remember, from back in the day, where he had to come from the back every race to try to get a result.
Did Cliffy even do quali in the end?
Nah, Cliffy just gave up with it.
I swear I always saw him start at the back, but he always climbed up.
Yeah, he produced some mad drives, Cliffy, from the back of the grid. Maybe Ralkio's the junior Cliffy, we never know. And if you are watching Cliffy, hello. But I doubt it.
He has a long way to go in that case.
Yeah, a long way to go. But it's always somewhere to start, I guess. Got 19 people watching, so a lot of people kept tuning in for F9, which is good. Which means a record view for the season.
With golds like us, they're really cool. I don't like to toot my own horn, you know, but...
it's good. Welcome to everyone who is watching. Thank you for, of course, joining.
Indeed.
I'll go through the tyres now. So everyone, of course, in the top 10 having to go on the soft tyres because they didn't, of course, qualify in them. And that is the rule in F1. If you are in the top 10, you start on the tyres you qualify on. And then 11th to 16th now, you get 3 tyre choices. Hyper's gone on the mediums. Jay Carty and Bowers, interestingly, have chosen the soft tyres. Langfell, Mancini and Ralkio also on the medium tyres. So what would you have done around here? Because it's a two-star strategy, definitely, with two sets of mediums. it has to
No
be
doubt,
used.
but it started on the mediums as well. I mean, mediums. I'm not sure if you can do medium soft, but if you can do that, then like I would have done that. If not mediums soft. Like you gotta save those softs for the end. But then again, if Jay Carty and Bowers, they might not feel comfortable that they won't get away from wing damage. So in that case, then I can understand them starting on softs, but a little weird in my opinion.
Yeah, well, of course they clearly got the strategy planned out in their head as we come towards the end of the formation at Davidek. I think his AI has taken over now, parking up onto the grid slot. I'd love to see us for next year be able to manually park on the grid slot, but the only bad thing is everyone will be getting penalties, they wouldn't be stopping on their marks. That would be a cool feature, maybe for offline modes, not online.
Yeah. I mean, it would be a cool feature, but it would have to be optional.
Yep. Wow, the lights are on here in Montreal. The HUD's glitching out. They're stuck. They're stuck on the grid. They're on now, I think. They're on now for them, I think. And it's lights out and away we go, finally. And Davidek's under pressure from Trap Formula. Can Trap Formula go around the outside into turn one? Davidek has got it covered with the inside line there. Easy enough for him. I think he's looking good in the background here. There's cars ghosting inside each other. Oh, what's going on?
Jay Carty off track.
Oh, there's going to be a collision. I'm not sure Patuka might have some front wing damage there. Him and Keys were side by side into the chicane. I do think they bang wheels in the Red Bull. Down the inside. Headshot Leslie. Very, very audacious. That could be a penalty as well if Patuka does report that he's caused them both to half spin. And Patuka's gone from 4th to 8th now to make matters worse. Leslie's got straight past him. And he's down to 9th. Oh my god, this is a mad start. They're side by side. How's there not been a massive crash? I think everyone through just alright. Patuka's had a horrible start, down to 10th. And there's an Alfa Romeo, Sam T down the inside. And now Patuka down to 11th place. Sam T very, very late on the brakes. I don't know if he's giving someone damage there. But if he hasn't, then he's just about got away with it. Good start though. Very, very, a lot of action. In fact, Patuka in fact comes into the pit lane. He doesn't want to be in traffic. He wants to get out of this traffic. And I wonder, is that going to be for a front wing change or just an early pit stop to try to get undercuts on people? Have to race the point. Have to go front. Yeah, front wing prepared for him. I think he has got damage from Leslie or maybe Sam T from the opening lap, which is unfortunate for him.
Snake real close to back end of Dubuque at this time, but it's a difficult track to overtake on though. Maybe down here you can see him applying overtake, but he's just not going to be close enough.
Yeah, look at the gaps already for him. 4th of Dubuque is losing a lot. Leslie wiggling out the chicane there. B-Boy unfortunately isn't close enough. I'm not going to be riding on board with that McLaren. He's got that engine glitch which is horrible to the headphones, so sorry more, right? If it fixes itself, I might spectate. But yeah, it's been a good start for the front guys. Top 3 unchanged, but then Dubuque 4th place, 2.5 seconds behind already pretty much. It's not, it looks like the front 3 could run away with this, but of course I don't want to be the commentator's curse as Davidek leads away at 1:11.7. Trap Formula just sticking with him, and he might be able to use a DRS to get himself closer and just charge that battery up. Might even try and undercut in the next couple of laps.
You know, I think we've already cursed one of the drivers inside the top 3. You can see Keys, he's barely hanging in there. He's constantly around that 1 second window to Trap in front of him.
Yeah, I've just watched Bowers smash into the barrier through the chicane, and that is front wing damage from him, so expect him to come into the pit lane. I did say this could, judging my quality, this could be a difficult race for Bowers, and it's proven difficult as he's got front wing damage, and is now down into 14th place, being passed by Jay Carty. I'm not sure if he's got damage either. Let's have a look. Someone's going slow anyway. Ferrari of Langfeld. It's actually all over the place. I don't know who to follow. I'm trying to check if people have damage or not. Can't tell if Jay Carty's got damage. I don't think he does, but there's action everywhere we go.
It is, and right now Trap is not going to go for a move into turn 1. He's a little too far behind.
I believe Hyper's just been passed by 2 cars until bits of Bowers just dive into the pit lane. I think Hyper got passed by 2 cars on that straight, by Ralphio and Langfeld. So if he has, it just proves how strong the overtake and DRS is on that long straight with Slipstream. He must have been like a sitting duck almost. Poor for him, unlucky for him, sorry, because now he's out of the point. They've got to find some extra pace to gain those positions back.
Indeed. Look at the front though, Trap constantly just hanging with Davidic there. But Keys, he's lost it now, and he's not getting back into that fight. It looks like he's just slipping further and further away.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a difficult race for him. I've just seen a quality move from Jay Carty around the outside of Hyper at the end of sector 1 into the little chicane. Very good move from him on those soft tyres, of course, so they're going to be better for, I think, a straight or so, and I think the mediums will start being better than the soft tyres. I expect people to pit around lap 5 or lap 6 around this track if they're going to be on their 2-stop strategy. And look at Trap Formula, in fact. Got Trap Formula closing up and passing Davidic into the lead. Goes Trap Formula. Will Davidic try to keep it down the inside? I think he will. Davidic squeezing him. They make slight bit of contact. I think Trap Formula is just going to be in the lead coming into the chicane. And he is. Good racing from the 2. And the Hash driver is in the lead. And now can he build a gap in this race against the DRS?
Indeed, and further down the field we can see Hyper pulling off the exact same move on Carty around the outside out of turn 2 as well. However, Hyper really getting pushed by both of those 2 Mercedes is behind him though.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Hyper might have some front wing damage. He did get past like a lap and a half ago by Ralphio and Langfeld on that straight, and now the gap's 2 seconds, so he's lost a lot of time. Oh, he almost loses it, in fact. That's actually everywhere we go. Jesus, overtakes left, right and centre.
Oh, it really is. And look at Sam T's under a lot of pressure from Mr. B-Boy Worm, who's going to close in down this long straight. However, Mr. B-Boy Worm does not seem to have any DRS actually.
Trap Formula's pit already. That is a very early pit stop from the Hash driver. Actually, ended lap 5, not that early in fact. I was just saying it. I thought it was lap 4, but onto the medium tyre, so that confirms it's a 2-stop race for Trap Formula. But the problem is, will he come out in traffic now? And could Davidic possibly put in a lap of his life to even overcut the Hash driver? I don't think he can, just for how overpowered fresh tyres are around this Canadian circuit.
Could be, however, looking at him though, he is pushing, he knows that it counts now, he's using some of his overtake. He's been very good at saving most of his battery so far, but now he's pouring it out there to try and secure this lead. I think we can expect him in this lap.
Yeah, I think so. He can't afford to stay out too long, because if he does, then he could possibly be undercut by Keys, and you don't want to be undercut by Keys at this stage, because the pace of the front 2 just looked superior to everyone behind him. So if he comes out behind a car that is quite a bit slower than him, it could end his race, and he does react and comes into the pit lane, gets it slowed nicely, and now he's got to see where is Trap Formula. He is coming down to the World Champions. The problem is now he's got a bit of traffic ahead of him, and I don't think they're not obliged to get out of the way because they're in their own battle and it's not a lap cars. So this could be difficult for Trap Formula to try and navigate his way past.
Just that, but they're on different strategies than Trap as well, so they're definitely not going to get out of his way. They know that they gotta keep him behind for as much as possible. But look at that though, Davidic comes out almost 2 seconds behind Trap.
Look at that, Trap burned his battery, because last time I was on board with him, he was on 80%, now he's on 56, so he really burned the battery there. The problem now is, he's got 2 slow cars ahead of him, and one of them's got DRS, so this is going to be increasingly hard. As Mancini goes to the outside of the chicane, Trap's going to have the perfect view of this, but he's got to be careful. He's got to try and get past these guys, because look at the gap coming down between him and Davidic. It's 1.4 the gap between them 2 now. As they come into the hairpin, he's got to be careful, because these 2, as we just said now, are not obliged to get out of the way, and we could possibly see 3 wide in this straight. I don't think he will get through. There's just no way to get through.
Look Look at them though, he can see that I think he's gonna wait, but he's gonna try to get the Mercedes. He's gonna tuck in behind his teammate and get that one position and place a car in between himself and David here.
Yeah, Hyper lets him go. Gunther Steiner very happy on the pit boards there, or the pit wall there in fact. Good stuff from track form again, past 2 cars into straights. Now look at that, Davidek's got a whole muscular lap to try and get past them now, because unless he has a superior run out of this little chicane here, I doubt there's going to be a big chance he can get through. It depends how aggressive he is willing to be. And look behind Davidek. Keith is literally right there but struggling for fuel and battery at this stage of the race already, which is not what you want.
That is early.
Oh, Keith's going to have to get that position back. There's no way Keith keeps hold of that position, and that's going to go to the stewards. There's no way he keeps hold of that position. He's completely cut the chicane and got past. If I was David or Humberto Mancini, that's going straight in the stewards' office after this race.
Definitely. However, now though, Davidek with DRS on Hyper, Trapp's teammate, he's easily going to take this position going down to the wall of champions chicane. And with that DRS, he should still have it on this straight. And he's going to get a little time back on track now.
Yeah, I just noticed
Keys on Hyper as well. Ooh. Into turn 1. Gets that move done, but Hyper is fighting back though on the inside. Can't get the power down in the end.
Yeah,
that one came a little out of the blue.
Yeah, I know, I didn't expect Keys to go down the inside there, but I was about to say, look at how much Davidek has lost now. He got that gap down to about 1.2 when they were in traffic, and now he's 1.9 behind, or 1.8 behind because of the traffic. He had to navigate his way through. This shows how badly traffic can affect you around this track if you don't get past it as soon as possible.
Oh, Roberto Mancini taking the position away from Hyper into that chicane there.
Yeah, I think Hyper's going to come straight back through. But there's also a battle for the lead. Oh, there's a crash, I think. Raikkonen is the wrong way round. Raikkonen has lost it. I wonder if him and Langfeld has come together there, because they were very close with each other, and Raikkonen can't really come back on track because he's in the worst position possible. I think it's safe now.
Is, however, one more car and then he should be able to get going again as Hyper pits for the first time this race. After just 8 laps on the mediums, that's quite early.
It's a very, very early start, so and he's gone on to a set of soft tyres, so he's going to have to stretch these tyres. Front wing change, that explains it all. He's going to have to take the softs a very long time. Radko has, of course, bots because of that front wing damage, and now you see Track Formula is going to be coming on to the back of, because Radko calls it a day in fact, coming on to the back of Langfeld. He's in the DRS range now, and whether he can navigate his way past time he gets to the World of Champions, I think there's a possibility, because Langfeld, the rear of his car is all over the place here in Montreal, and with 5 lap younger tyres, it's going to make a lot of difference, especially around this track with a lot of low speed corners.
It will indeed. However, he's going to be a little bit too far behind right now. Maybe into turn 1, but he's going to have a good run out of this chicane then.
I don't know if that's good enough. Oh,
he does have a really good run there. However, is he close enough though?
No.
I honestly thought that would be good enough when I saw the exit, but
yeah, I think my stream is froze. Oh no.
Ah no.
Nah, it's good now. It's just my computer being as usual.
Unreliable tech gear.
Look at that, Davidek's back in the DRS though. This has got to be an easy move for Track Formula. Langfeld's going to defend in fact, and he's going to turn to the outside for the chicane. Easy enough, got it done before the break zone. Track Formula moves up into the race lead, and Davidek is within DRS of Langfeld. He's got to have the final set of his life really to get anywhere near passing him within the next 2 straights.
You know, I don't think we've mentioned it, Lickle, but something that kind of slipped past me before now is Davidek has a penalty and Track does not.
Yeah, I saw it pop up on the bottom of my screen. I didn't try to say anything through the World of Champions last lap. He did pick up that warning, and Langfeld in fact picks up a penalty going through there, so It's not what Langfell wants. But look at that. Keith was on the back of Davidek, and now Davidek's just gone and dunked 2.5 seconds on him.
Yes, indeed. Davidek and Trap has just been on another level to everybody else today, and Keith managed to claw his way back, but now we have 5 further down though. Jabuk on Marut in turn 2. On the inside, can he get the power down? They're still side by side, going into turn 3 and 4.
What's this camera shot?
Still side by side. And a little bit of a battle from Marut.
Oh, big crash! Sam T is out of the race, and I wonder if that will bring out a safety car here in Montreal. It is on the exit of the chicane. His car, I'm not sure if it's ghosted or not. We'll see with Hyper. And as Hyper almost loses it and almost goes into him. I'm not sure if Sam T was involved in the collision there or whether he just lost it himself. I've just seen another pass done over the chicane. That has to be given back, surely. Here comes Patuka and Lessie. Lessie's got to give that back, surely. And Langfell's been passed.
Position from Langfell, yeah. Lost time to Trap again though, 1.8 again behind the Trapper.
Yeah, I'm just watching Patuka get past Lessie. B-Boy Worm penalty. I'm going to go back on. I don't know who to go on board with here because there's people so close to each other. Lessie hasn't got DRS, and now Jay Carty could sniff a little opportunity. Jay Carty on 100% battery, and you got Lessie and Patuka. If you add their 2 batteries together and double it, there's still less battery.
Yeah, Jay Carty looking like he's in a good position there, but however though, this track is still so difficult to pass on that even with that battery advantage. When you have 2 cars in front of you, it's still going to be difficult, but he's certainly looking good.
Jabuk has got past his teammate B-Boy One. I wonder if that was instructed over the team radio there, because B-Boy One looked to have got straight out of the way on the side of the track there, and Jabuk got past easy enough. To be fair, they're on different strategies. Jabuk stopped a lot late off those soft tyres. He went to about lap 9, I think it was, on lap 8, so lost out a bit, but he will have to come back through, yeah. And remember, before everyone pitted, he was P4. And look where he is now, because of that time lost. It's unfortunate for him. And he's just got a penalty to make life even worse.
Indeed. However, he will have a slightly better set of tyres for a later period in this race, but still staying out so long.
Look at Lessie and Patuka. Lessie and Patuka through, sector 1. And Lessie's got a run there, but he's on the grass there trying to find a way through. And I think for the best of everyone else, that they're not side by side through that chicane, which is good.
And we already saw, who was it, Jabuk and Marut trying that, and well, they got through, but it was barely.
Yeah, just about got through. There's a lot of people close to each other, which is what you like to see. I don't know, it's horrible for the streamer though. It's horrible because you've got to keep flicking through.
The closest one at the moment, I think.
Oh my god!
I did not see that one coming, but he launched it into the hairpin. Alright, he didn't get the position though, and Langfell also fighting back against Keys, and into the barriers he goes, and will he try into the pit lane? Oh, he can't. I'll wait to see back on the stream if I can. Oh wait, safety car.
Safety car, yeah, people pitted. I'm going to have a look back on the stream now to see. I did catch it quite late, which is unfortunate. But,
yeah, I saw it. Yeah, he was on the inside of Keys. I didn't have the best angle, so difficult. I wouldn't deal out any blame at this point. But unlucky for Langfell there. Second in the championship, you don't want this to happen in your race then.
Yeah, the only thing I would say about the chicane, you only really want to be side by side if you know you're going to be the car ahead. It's Humberto Mancini who spins it on the safety car. You only, as I said though, you only want to be side by side if you know you're going to be ahead. You don't want to be ditching or lunging your wheel in, your front wheels into their rear wheels to that chicane. It's going to end up in one way, and that way was the way Langfell ended up. The only good thing for him is it's safety car period now. He can get around without losing any position. Whatever he does when he pits is a pretty different question.
Is though, like lap 15 safety car. People are going to go for hards, possibly, you think?
I think you could make, I'm not sure if you can make medium stretch to the end, but...
I know you can make hards from here, but I know that 20 laps on mediums, actually thinking about it, that is possible.
People have gone on mediums.
It is a stretch, and they're not going to be that fun to be on later on.
Look at that, Djibout corking the bottle there. Stays out. And that is interesting. To be fair, he did make a lot later stop than everyone else.
He did. He does. To be honest, it's kind of his only opportunity here. He's got to try to exploit this. Just hope that it goes his way. Hope that he can have a good safety car restart and maybe be lucky with another VSC or something to get his pit stop done later.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed is Langfell, although he's got that front wing damage, he has to pick. He's still in quite a good position. So those softs are going to be rapid. And he's got to make them... Oh, the problem is he's got to make them last 9 laps, I think. 8 laps. Has he got fresh mediums? So if he's got fresh mediums, he could possibly risk pitting again now under safety car and then going to the end. Or he could do a double soft stint. But the problem is he's got to go 10 and 9 laps on him, which you don't really want to be doing, to be honest.
I'll go lie. At this point, I think the best possible option is to go for a fresh set of mediums if he has one. The double soft stints is 10 laps on softs is that's not what you want to do around there.
Yeah, I do agree. How long? I'm going to check Track Formula's warnings. You got 2 on the start, but I wonder if that's for collisions with someone. Track Formula exceeded track limits. Yeah, he got 2 on the opening lap and hasn't looked back since. 15 laps or 16 laps now without a warning. And can he do that for another 18 around this Montreal track?
Davide cover 1 penalty so far and 1 warning after that. So he has 1 more warning to go on before he is in danger. Again.
Yeah. Remember how I was saying Jay Carty could have a difficult race here with penalties? He's got no penalty.
It is quite ironic considering quali didn't exactly go to plan for him. I believe he got him 1 lap in the end.
Yeah.
But certainly doing a good job right now.
Yeah, I got sent a voice note on Snapchat there. And I didn't realise it was going to be like as it was, so I do apologise if you did hear that. Yeah. I think safety car will be in this lap, which is good.
Surely it should be. The whole field has caught up. Interestingly though, Langfell has not gone in again.
And it is this lap, safety car in this lap. So, Langfell, I suppose he's confident with the strategy he's on at the moment. We'll see whether it works out. If it does, fair play to you, but it's going to be hard because you've got hard runners to get past as well as medium runners. You've got to really be up in like 5th, I think, before you make your stop, minimum, to make any chance of strategy.
I feel like at this point that he's hoping for a VSC or a safety car again. Because, yeah. But let's see here though.
Oh, look at Djibout leaving it late, and in fact he's caught Track Formula off guard there. Very good start from Djibout. And as we go to turn 1, Track Formula's got to be careful because they are fighting for position here. And the gap he did have has gone. I think Humberto Mancini's already been passed by B-Boy 1, and now he's being passed by Patuca on the outside. Here we go into the chicane, and with so many cars there, Humberto Mancini smart lets him go and make sure there's no collisions. But everyone, I think, has navigated their way through cleanly, which is always something you like to see. But look at that now. Track Formula is closing up. He expected to be quite a bit faster. Oh, jeez. Hold up.
And I will take over from where Lickle stated that. But Track Formula on the outside into the hairpin. Gonna make the move on Djibout with the first possible corner he can, and he's side by side going down the main straight. We can see Davide in the background closing in as well, wanting to get into this battle as Trapp is leading them into the Wall of Champions chicane. on lap 18 to have the lead. And look at that, a bad exit from Djibouti, and David is going to take that position to go into second. And as he's going to take up the chase on Trap Formula again.
And I've just come back to see Djibouti. He's going to attack left, right, and centre down the inside. Goes Keys. Spin that up. Oh, has he got damage? Oh, I don't know. It's quite risky. I don't want to pin a blame on someone, but I will say it's very risky to land the inside into a chicane like that. Very, very risky.
Well, he's very lucky. He's without damage.
I don't know how. He hit that wall perfect. He hit that wall perfectly. Or AlphaTauri had built a steel of a car that just doesn't break. Actually, that's a lie. The Valkyrie's crashed.
Cold Snake right on the back of Djibouti now as well. More people wanting to take that position of Djibouti.
Oh, this is not enough straight line.
Bad idea to stay out.
Yeah, well, it's a difficult one for him. The only good thing for him is he will have superior tyre advantage. I've seen about 3 penalties pop up on the bottom left there. Leslie being the one that's standing out, of course, because he's the last one to get the penalty. But he will have superior tyres compared to everyone's worn tyres at the end. So whether he can come back on a charge is still a possibility. But it's going to be hard.
True. It is still a possibility indeed, but he's struggling right now with those old tires though. You can see everyone lined up and ready to make their move on him. Cold Snake, the first one in line. As you can see him right on his bumper through every corner here now. And not gonna lie, we might see him move down into the hairpin now as Cold Snake is closing that gap slightly. Or he's gonna play patient and wait for the back straight. And out of the hairpin, Djibouti getting a decent exit. However, Cold Snake is gonna get DRS and he's gonna make that move easily, going into the wall of championship game.
Yeah, the two Williams are now with each other. I wonder if Djibouti will play the team game like B-Boy Word did earlier, but he might not be able to because here comes Patuka. I do believe he hit the barrier a little, B-Boy Word, and Patuka's going to go right round the outside here. They're going to be side by side as we go into turn 2. And it's good racing from the two. They're still going to be side by side using the overtake button. He does have the inside. Would it be another crash like before? They've kept it clean. They're still side by side and it might be damage. I'm not sure. We couldn't really see. And there's no damage at the moment. Somehow B-Boy has kept hold of that position.
Brilliant racing.
Then look at that, Djibouti getting well out of the way, letting him through, not even putting up a fight, returning the favour for his Williams teammate. And now, will he maybe try to be a bit of a bust here on Patuka so he can break out the DRS B-Boy worm, because DRS is a very powerful thing around this track. So could maybe just hold him up just a little.
Well, it would make sense if he does. Like he knows that Patuka has pressured his teammate, so wouldn't be a bad idea to try and give his teammate a little breathing room. So we would see that Patuka is going to challenge Djibouti down the straight. He will take that position already now, so didn't manage to bust it.
Side by side. Oh, no, what? Smartly backs out. Someone who hasn't made the progress I thought they would have is Langfeld. He's just stuck with the straight Skogger down the inside, and Morek covers it off though. Langfeld on those soft tyres, not really making the gains I thought he would have, to be honest. Down in 10th place. And the strategy that he is on now is looking hard, but they're going to be side by side to the chicane there. And look at that, Morek goes straight off, and Langfeld has nowhere to go. It's like Hamilton and Vettel in 2019 at Canada. Morek goes straight on, and then coming back on the track with the minimal space left. Langfeld really had nowhere to go. And now there's a big train forming that is somehow still being kept clean.
And they're doing a good job on that, but Langfeld's tyres at the end there. His strategy is letting him down at the moment.
Yeah, I get what he's trying, but the fact he's not really been able to pass as many cars that he really... Oh, there's an accident! Headshot, Lessie has gone into the barriers, and that Red Bull front wing is destroyed. I wonder if we could see a little safety car deploy or virtual. I think we're going to be fine, but...
Oh, I know, a bit of a strange one. I mean, the wall on the right side, I can understand how you end up in that one, but the wall on the left side, then I'm not completely sure how you do that.
I wonder if Leslie's dipped the wheel into the grass on the exit there, which has completely spun the car.
Could be.
Maybe it's overcorrecting. Who knows? And Leslie has called it a day. Unfortunately for Leslie, he went head first into the barriers, which is not good for him. And his race is done. Christian Horner on the pit wall there, fuming at the moment. Helmut Marko getting the papers out, ready to replace almost. Fighting for his career, his headshot Leslie.
Dark story.
Very dark, very dark. But we got Patuka now over the back of B-Boy Worm. B-Boy Worm has actually driven quite a solid race here, to be honest. He's been under the radar, I'd say. Been about 7th place the whole race, and now has took the advantage of a few positions ahead of him. But that P4 could potentially be P5. Patuka wants to get brave on the brakes, and smartly enough avoids it. Keys gets another penalty. As we come out of turn 2, Patuka is going to be a bit too far behind. So have a look at the chat. Hello to Joe. Oh, Jesus, what is that? I think your mic just completely died, or just something happened there.
that could have been.
I'm going to watch the battle for the lead anyway, because Davidek is closing on track formula, and he's got almost double his battery, so he could maybe dump it a bit on these two straights here. Oh, never mind, he can't dump it because he's just lost a lot out of that corner, and what potentially could have been an overtaking opportunity for him has now turned up for him, really. Oh no, Moritz lagged out, but has turned up for him having to wait another lap behind the Haas gearbox there. Oh, poor Moritz. I don't think he hasn't. Am I able to invite him back? I think I can.
I am.
Alright, cool, that's good, thanks.
I just gotta find out how to spell this gamer tag.
M-O-O-R.
Yeah, then I got it.
Yeah. Jibboot's pit for a set of mediums. So 10 laps to go now. I thought personally he would have went on a set of softs there, to be honest, if he stayed out that long, but clearly I thought wrong, and he knows the strategy, so let's see how he can do now down in 13th place. Got a bit of catching to do, but with a fresh rubber and what is going to be 10 lap fast or fresher tyres, it's always a possibility he could come back here. Don't count him out.
You don't win until you win.
Yeah, well, look at Davidek now, very close, and he is burning that battery until someone has had an accident. That is Keys. Keys has gone spinning into the barriers, and Alpha Tauri here have had a dismal day. One down in 16th, who unfortunately DNF, and the other one losing or spinning the car again, and now it is under pressure from Jibboot. Keys with those tyres really hot after that spin. He's going to be passed by Jibboot with the DRS. Has he got it? No, he doesn't. No, Keith's got 0% battery.
Did they start so well for Keith as well?
Oh, that was a horrible line through the chicane there. As Langfell's pitted. Will you go down the inside? You'll try it, but it's a bit too far back from him. I'm going to go to Patuka though, because Patuka is very, as soon as I say that, understeers massively. I've had to say he's very close and could have a chance of overtaking. But yeah, someone who's actually doing well is Bowers. Bowers seemed like he really struggled throughout quali, and did have, of course, have damage at the start of the race, but he finds himself up in P8 battling for P7 as someone in Sector 2 as Spartan, and it's Keys.
And it's Keys.
Oh, look how close Davidek is. Oh.
His race has really gone from so good to just so bad for Keys. From being a clear-cut third in this race to now, oh god, and again.
He's spun again. Oh, poor. It's gone from like he's been at the top of Mount Everest to then face planting down to the bottom into a pile of snow. That's how I could describe his race, pretty much.
And he's missing a front wing.
And he's had another spin, I think.
Nah, not a spin. He's drifting a little, but no spin.
I think track formula's tyres are starting to die quite a bit. I really wonder if someone will do what one of these two will do what Hamilton's done today. And pit for a fresh set of tyres, try get through traffic, and then try catch them out on very, very worn tyres at the end. Because 20 lap old mediums versus what could possibly be about 7-8 lap old softs. There's always a chance, but I doubt it. But just throwing something out there.
They gotta do it now if they're gonna.
Yeah.
They can't do it any later than now. They gotta throw those softs on right now, and then maybe it can work. But
well, here comes.
I don't know. I feel like it's a big risk to take.
Yeah, Patika's just been got past B-Boy Worm. He's got another penalty. I'm going to check. Going to get the penalty situation up for anyone who is interested. But Davidek on a 3 second, Kolsnik 6, Patika's got 12, B-Boy Worm 6, Keith's got 15, Langfeld 12, Jibbook 11. There's a lot of penalties out here, and the only one who hasn't got one is the race leader, Track Formula. I'm going to watch Keith here because last time Keith has got a penalty before for blue flags, so you've got to pull a gap here, make sure he's out of blue flag range so you don't have another case where you could get penalised. I think he'll be alright because those softs should be miles faster, but the annoying thing for Davidek is Trap's going to get DRS from it.
Hopefully for Davidek's case, Keith is going to pull away on this lap, which is going to leave Davidek and Trap to fight it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, look at that. The DRS really is helping Track Formula here, and really Keith, if you don't pull this lap, he's got to get out of the way of both of them, I think, because he'll go past that 10 blue flags. I think he's got the gap. I think he's going to have the gap. He's got the blue flags waving him, if you've seen on the left side there. Blue flag's still waving, but I think now he's got to move on. Blue flag's still waving from the marshal post on the side there. I think he's alright. I think he's going to get the gap. I think he's alright. Tuco, another penalty. Trap Formula.
And trapping real twitchy out of the chicane there.
Yeah, he's been doing that a couple of laps now. Keith's got another penalty, but he has really bolted away, so it's all good for him. But Trap's been doing that for a couple of laps now. Maybe his tyres are starting to die a bit, and he is becoming vulnerable to Davidek, and possibly, if he keeps going like that, are vulnerable to another warning, which does result in a penalty for him. Which the advantage he has at the moment, if he gets one, is wiped out.
Indeed.
It comes down there.
Oh, well, look at this Davidek on the outside into the World Championship.
Davidek penalty.
Man, that could be crucial.
Yeah, I think unless Trap Formula's tyres literally drop off a cliff, I think Davidek has got, he's going to win this race, sorry, as Trap Formula. Davidek did just get another penalty there.
Trap is really letting Davidek just go here. Oh, as Keith is out.
What if that's a late safety car? What if that could be a late safety car here? I don't think it is. I think
a lot of cars coming through there now.
Let's see if I can find it. Nah, it's all good. His car's gone. Which is a shame, because a late safety car really could have spiced this up a bit.
Yeah, but to be honest, for the fight for the win to still be interesting, it is good that it didn't come out actually, because Davidek is pulling a little away from Trapper, and he's really trying to give it his best to try and possibly get this win still.
Yeah, I think the realistic target for Davidek here is to get the gap up to 3 seconds and hope Trap Formula gets a penalty. Really hope. Look at that, 1.6, 1.1. To be fair, Trap Formula had a good X out of World Champions, but look at the battery deployment Davidek's had. He had like 87 a few laps ago, now he's on 35%, so it just shows how much battery's been used. A bit of a one out there. Trap Formula really struggling for grip. Oh my gosh. All over the place. Those tyres, the mediums are done. They are officially done now, and they're just hoping they can get to the end without any spins really, because they're vulnerable to the spins at the moment with these very worn tyres, especially with a lot of low traction zones here.
They are, and especially Trap seems a lot more sketchy on traction than Davidek at the moment. Davidek, sure, he's taking some warnings here and there, but he looks fairly planted out of the corners at least.
Yeah, although with him squirming still, Trap form, he's still gaining time. Look at that. Gap's down to 1.4 now. He's putting some, quite frankly, astonishing times out here for what state those tyres are in.
Trap is starting to struggle with fuel and DRS now, so he's, I think he's pushing as much as he can at the moment as well.
Yeah, look at that, deploying the battery on the exit of the corner. 1.4 is the gap. He's just got to make sure, in Trap form in this case, he doesn't cut anywhere. Because if he cuts anywhere, or exceeds anywhere, there's a chance your race win could go here.
Well, he's still safe within that 3-second window in case you get that one penalty, but he certainly can't make a lot of mistakes. I don't know, he looks like he doesn't have much going. He's pushing as much as he can already. You can see that he's using all of that battery as often as he can. And I have seen his fuel light blink a few times, so...
Oh my god, I think my charger's about to die. My charger's not working. I'm watching Gibbert now. Look at Gibbert on the back of Hyper. I did say there's a possibility with the fresh tyres he could be off some points here. Look like he's all over the back of Hyper. Oh, my charger's died anyway. So that's a big F for me. Gibbert could sneak. Let me just have a look, get the penalty situation up again. Oh, never mind. He's got a lot of penalties here. He's got to get past Hyper now if he wants a chance of getting points. As he go, here we go. Jimmy, both really struggling for battery, and he's through up into P10 now. He's got to pull 2 seconds in 2 laps on the hash driver there. As Hyper, in fact, has got a penalty, so he's all good for now. Track Formula 2 seconds behind now. The gap is going up. He's got to make sure he gets no warnings, and Davidek just needs to hope and pray he does get one, and he can pull 1.1 second gap in the last 2 laps. I think it's going to be hard, but unless Track Formula's tyres hit a cliff, I don't think it's happening.
It's looking unlikely, but Track Formula's fuel light has flashed up a few times again. It just did actually, and is right now. So he definitely doesn't have much to go, and you can see his DRS is actually at 0% now. So you really gotta be careful to not get that last warning to get that penalty, because if he does, then well, Davidek is gonna push as much as he can on that last lap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go on more and more. He's all over the back of Bowers here, but the problem is he's got no eyes to use. And he's got to shape up and move for the exit of the chicane now. Moret with a penalty which could prove costly where he finishes here in Canada. Bowers feels the need to go defensive, and down the inside Moret goes, oh, he hits the back of him. I wonder if that's front wing damage for the McLaren driver. It was a very half-hearted move there, trying to go down the inside. And I think he's got away with it without any damage, but very, very lucky not to get any, seeing he did hit the back of the Renault driver there. Oh, look at Langfell. A difficult race for the man in second year championship. On the soft tyres, lap 34, P12. The strategy just really hasn't worked out for him, unfortunately. And with the time penalties he has got, I think it's going to be difficult. Shibuk has got a penalty. Maybe if he catches 2 seconds. Oh, look at that. Hyper has hit the wall. And Hyper is now down to P12. We go down the inside. Oh, look at that. They're still banging wheels. They've banged wheels, and if he's got DRS, I think Hyper's going to have DRS, and he does. But will Langfell stick in the slipstream? He is, I think. Look at that. He's getting out the slipstream, using the overtake. It's just as powerful as the DRS. I don't think he'll try and hold it around the outside. He won't. He'll just try and get a switch back here. As we come on to the final lap for these guys, the red light is flashing for Hyper. That has pretty much gone for him, but Hyper still holds on. Where's the leaders? You're going to watch Track Formula through the chicane.
Into the hairpin.
Fast Track Formula. don't even, just be careful into the final chicane now. Just let him gain a few tenths.
I can tell you, Lico, I saw him through the chicane on the previous lap, and he's definitely planning on not picking up warnings. He took it real cautious, and it looks like it's going to be a dub at this time.
I'm just going to watch Davidek. Davidek navigates that perfectly. What about Trap Formula? Lost up a bit, but it's fine from him. Davidek is going to cross the line. He will win the race on track, but due to time penalties, the Haas driver of Trap Formula wins in Canada. What a drive from him. Davidek showed really strong pace that whole race, even throughout quali. The Trap Formula was just that level above today. Tactically got it right and made sure he got no penalties. Had a stunning drive from him. Humberto Mancini up in 5th. What a result for him. Bowers is 6th. What a result for Bowers. Very, very good drive from them two. Jay Carty 7th. Patuka 8th. But there's a lot of candidates on my drive of the day here. But I think I've got to give it to Trap Formula just because...
No pens.
Yeah, no pens. And him and Davidek were a level above today, I think, of anyone else. Well, just because he didn't get any pens is the reason why I'm going to give my driver a day to return in Trap Formula after he missed last week. What a way to come back and get a result here for your championship. And I think that puts to bed any sort of threat he has of anyone coming towards his championship. I'm just going to check the standings.
Well, there was 4 points between him and Langfield, but Langfield obviously picking up no points. He's gonna fall a little further behind. And Davidek, of course, with only having done 2 races so far this season, I think it's gonna be difficult for anyone to catch up to the Trap Formula now.
Yeah, so with about 3 rounds to go now, Trap Formula will have a 20-point lead. But here's your results. Trap Formula wins in Montreal. 2nd is Davidek. 3rd, Kolesnik, good drive from him. 4th is B-Boy Werman, a good drive from him. 5th, Humberto Mancini, a good drive from him. 6th, Bowers, a good drive from him as well. 7th, Jay Carty, also a good drive from him. 8th, Patuka, difficult race for him. 9th, Jibuk, 10th, Moret, 11th, Hyper, 12th, Langfell. Then we had DNS from Keith, Leslie, Sam T, and Raukio. I think that's a perfect time to call it a day.
A lot of good drives there today, and unfortunately for some people that means that others have had bad drives as well. But as for driver of the day, I gotta agree with you, Lickle. It has to be Trap. No penalties.
Yeah, I do agree. Trap. It was a stunning drive, so he wins driver of the day from us both. But anyway, that has been the Canadian Grand Prix Round 7 here in F9. Hope you all enjoyed the action. Same time next week, 7 o'clock for Round 8 around Suzuka. I've been Nickel Blotch, joined by Sondre. And it's time to call it a night. Goodbye.